All right, welcome everyone to the 2022 Best of the Church Press Awards. And we're glad that you're here. This is for work that was done in 2021, and it's part of the ACP convention that we're sharing this year jointly with the RCC, the Canadian Christian Communicators Association, and for the first time, the Anabaptist communicators are with us as well in this convention. So I just want to give a little introduction to the awards that we have, and let me just start to go to the awards presentation. As I said, the 2021 Best of the Church Press Awards. And my PowerPoint needs to be updated. Sorry, 2021 award contest. It was 67 organizations. We did have 78 categories this year, and we had a total of 885 entries. And I'm just going to ask Celeste to speak briefly. We went from about 100 categories down to 78. We did a major reorganization of our categories. And Celeste, if you want to talk to that briefly, we'd love to hear that.
Sure, Greg. So our goal in revamping our awards categories was to streamline where possible, but also to introduce some new categories, especially around news reporting and feature reporting, so that there would be a place for some entries that maybe wouldn't have come in otherwise, your work that we wanted to lift up in areas such as science writing. We also wanted to acknowledge that that we weren't always comparing apples to apples sometimes. And so we wanted to give more of a chance for your publications, whatever you do best, to have more of a chance for that to shine. And so that the smaller publications, for example, can feel like they can enter their best work and have it be more of a level playing field for them. So we also introduced a Best Emerging Journalist category to lift up some of our newer journalists. And as I said, we did just a little bit of streamlining, but again, with the goal of having really inviting categories for you all to participate in. And I'm really excited to see who all won and to read the articles that we're lifting up, and the media presentations and photographs and everything.
And through the wonder of technology, we are now presenting the 2021 award contest. Thank you both. I will mute myself and go to the background as we start to get to the presentation. But first of all, this convention wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. We have a great set of sponsors this year. As you know, not only if we meet in person, we have facilities and catering and other costs, but the sponsors do a great job in helping us cover the technology costs that we have associated with the conference, even when we're virtual. So first of all, silver sponsor, we want to thank Shanley and Associates. They've always been a great supporter of our organization and a great vendor to work with for many of our publications. Phillips Seminary, also a silver sponsor. Our bronze sponsors are the Louisville Institute, the Scientology Network, and Exploring the Pandemic Impact on Congregations. Our community sponsors include Anabaptist Communicators, Anabaptist World, Global Sisters Report, and the Mennonite Disaster Services of Canada. And our affiliate sponsor is Broadview, and we all know Broadview, their member. So, as we get into our first set of categories, I am going to go to the background, mute myself, and hand it over to Celeste and Steve. Thank you.
Under the category of local reporting short format, the honorable mention goes to Catholic Review Final Rest by Mary K. Tilgman. And our Award of Merit goes to the Lake Union Herald, Earth Angels by Scott Moncrief. And our Award of Excellence goes to Catholic Review, Beauty Born of Pain by George P. Matisek, Jr. Our judges said, an inspiring story of an artist who can turn grief into creativity. Well written. The writer lets the artist tell his own story. Very effective storytelling.
Our next category is local reporting, long format. Honorable mention goes to NAD News Points, Breaking Bread, Serving God, Building Community by Kimberly Lust Moran. Award of Merit to Broadview, Fentanyl Funerals by Pieta Woolley. And the Award of Excellence to Broadview, Monument to a Mission by Jillian Stewart. The judges comment, the story gathered steam and presented a balanced view of a complicated issue. Great last line and great visuals.
Under national reporting, short format, the honorable mention goes to Presbyterians Today, Rediscovering the Songs of the Enslaved by Rich Copley. The Award of Merit goes to the Canadian Adventist Messenger, SDACC Teachers, Making Lemonade Since March 2020 by Heidi Morehouse. And the Award of Excellence goes to Religion News Service, Women of Different Faiths Find Seat at the Table, co-hosting Sister Act podcast by Adele Banks. Our judges said, introduction to this podcast and the women who host it is an excellent example of a national interest story. Good tie-ins with issues affecting a wide cross-section of Americans, especially women, and within a helpful interfaith context. Well done.
Our next format, national reporting, long format. Honorable mention goes to Broadview, I Didn't Get to Make a Choice by Megan Gilmore. Award of Merit to Global Sisters Report, National Catholic Reporter, Afghan Refugee Resettlement in the US by Chris Herlinger. And Award of Excellence to Global Sisters Report. Providence Sister talks about the grief and gift of accompanying two men to federal execution by Dan Stockman. Judges comment, this article is so well written, it takes the reader inside the execution chamber along with Sister Batista. The reality of execution, even for those whose crimes are abhorrent, is horrifying and, in the eyes of witnesses, spiritual.
For international reporting, short format, the honorable mention goes to Presbyterian News Service. Reformed ministers in Switzerland take steps to meet the Jerusalema Dance Challenge by Paul Seebeck. The Award of Merit goes to Hunger News and Hope, Women Taking Back the Power, a microgrid in Yemen is bending all the rules by Dawn Michelle Michaels. And the Award of Excellence goes to the Christian Chronicle, Lions, Lies, and Hope by Eric Trigestad. Our judges said, strong, clear, effective writing, lots of interviews and voices, a polished journalistic effort during a difficult time in South Africa.
Our next category, international reporting, long format. Honorable mention to the National Catholic Reporter, Bahamian Church seeks to assist Haitian refugees facing loss of homes by Greg Brecky. Award of Merit, the Christian Chronicle. In Canada, a reckoning after remains of 215 Indigenous children are found by Bobby Ross Jr. And the Award of Excellence goes to Religion Unplugged. Pastors question whether to unplug from online services when the pandemic ends by Paul Glader and John Semakula. Our judges comment, great newsy piece with implications for our wider world post-pandemic.
Under one of our new categories, Science Writing for the World of Faith, short format. goes to Adventist Review Media. Why are fossils important for Christians? By Raul Esperante. The Award of Merit goes to Catholic Review for Web and Wonder by Christopher Gunty. And the Award of Excellence goes to Religion Unplugged. This summer's Brood X Cicadas are Inspiring Death to Life Meditations by Kimberly Winston. Our judges said, this was an engaging article from the amusing lead to the photo of David Rothenberg playing his sax. I love the quirkiness and humor, as well as how the author weaves in topics of faith. The unexpected subject of the Brood X and fascinating character of the bug philosopher made for a great combination.
Next format, science writing for the world of faith, long format, this category. Honorable mention goes to Adventist Review Media, Natural Selection, Darwin, and the Biblical Worldview by Noemi Duran. Award of Merit goes to Messenger, Church of the Brethren, Down the River, Developing a Brethren Ecological Identity by William L. Miller. And the Award of Excellence goes to Broadview, Climate Hope by Alana Mitchell. Judges comment, a very good telling of an ecological history in a certain location, mixed with some development practices in environmental stewardship that will have long-term effects on climate-altering policies and practices. Good personal connections and strong editing help this article stand above the rest in a very competitive field of entries. Well done.
Perhaps my personal favorite among the new categories, Denominational Politics. The honorable mention goes to Word and Way for Southwestern Accuses Pattersons of Theft, Improper Donor Solicitation by Brian Kaler. The Award of Merit goes to the Baptist Standard. SBC steers to the right, but not as far as some wanted, by Ken Camp, Managing Editor. The Award of Excellence goes to Anabaptist World for California Congregation Suspended over LGBTQ Affirming Proposal by Tim Huber. Our judges said, church controversies over LGBTQ affirmations are not uncommon, but this article is well balanced, detailed, and should serve as a model for similar stories.
Our next category, Denominational Politics, long format. Honorable mention goes to the Lake Union Herald, After the Dust Settles by Nicholas Miller. Award of Merit goes to United Methodist News, Churches Across Theological Spectrum, Exiting by Heather Hahn. And the Award of Excellence goes to Presbyterian Outlook, Breaking the Silence, Progressive Christians Work to Support Reproductive Rights by Leslie Scanlon. Judges comment, engaging prose and great reporting, it's all here.
Under news story short format, we have two honorable mentions. First, to the Christian Chronicle for Showing Jesus, Christians Offer Physical, Spiritual Help After Historic Flooding by Bobby Ross Jr. And another honorable mention is Sojo.net, Supreme Court Rules for Catholic Group and LGBTQ Foster Care Case by Gina Ciliberto and Joshua Eaton. The Award of Merit goes to Religion News Service for Gina Stewart Becomes First Woman Elected to Lead U.S. Black Baptist Organization by Adele Banks. And the Award of Excellence goes to the National Catholic Reporter. No, Pope Francis did not cancel a meeting with President Biden by Joshua J. McElwee. Our judges said, solid reporting evoked by the need for responsible journalism in an era of misinformation and ignorance.
Our next category, news story, long format. Honorable mention goes to Sojo.net. Texas clergy are taking a stand against the new abortion law by Sanda Villarreal. Award of Merit goes to Embrace magazine, Finger on the Pulse by John Sotomayor. And Award of Excellence to the Christian Chronicle, Flags, Faith, and Fury by Bobby Ross Jr. and Hamil Art Harris. Judges say, strong words, it does a judge's heart good to see the craft used so confidently.
For convention or meeting coverage, the honorable mention goes to Global Sisters Report, Leadership Conference of Women Religious by Dan Stockman, Soli Salgado, and Gail DeGeorge. The Award of Merit goes to the Alabama Baptist, Convention Report 2021 by the Alabama Baptist staff. And the Award of Excellence goes to United Church of Christ News coverage by first ever virtual General Synod by the UCC News team. Our judges said, wonderful coverage packaged in digest form invites engagement.
Next category, convention or meeting coverage in a magazine. Honorable mention goes to the banner, Synod News by Alyssa Vernon and Gayla R. Postma. Award of Merit goes to the Messenger, Church of the Brethren, Annual Conference Goes Virtual by Cheryl Baumberg-Kayford. The Award of Excellence goes to Anabaptist World, Peacemakers Revival by Paul Schrag, writer, and Ken Kriebel, photographer. Judges' comments, when circumstances force churches to pivot to experimental ways of doing things, which frequently involves de-emphasis on business and focusing on community building, photos and graphics take on heightened importance. Anabaptist World did a superb job of blending solid reporting with beautifully illustrated layouts and human interest features. Well done.
Our next category is in-depth coverage in a newspaper, newsletter, news service, website, or blog. The honorable mention goes to Word and Way, Legal Fight Over SBU Governing Documents by Brian Kaler. The Award of Merit goes to the Christian Chronicle, Anniversary of George Floyd's Killing by Bobby Ross Jr. and Deanna Null. The Award of Excellence goes to Global Sisters Report, Survivors of Sex Abuse by Nuns Suffer Decades of Delayed Healing by Dawn Orujo Hawkins. Judges say, great reporting, sensitive interviewing, a good amount of journalistic digging, and no small amount of courage went into producing this series of articles on sexual abuse by nuns. Not that anyone is ever happy to see another story of clergy sexual abuse, but kudos for the bravery for not leaving this stone unturned.
Next category, in-depth coverage in a magazine or journal. Honorable mention goes to In Trust Magazine, What Makes Seminaries Grow by David Sumner. Award of Merit, The Covenant Companion, Are Young People Done with the Church by Bob Smetana. And the Award of Excellence goes to Sojourners, A Time to Rebuild by Jim Wallace, Jim Rice, Jackie Lewis, and others, and the feature editor, Sanda Villarreal. Judges' comments, it is this kind of in-depth coverage that has made Sojourners the gold standard for religious journalism for many years. A solid package of articles featuring a variety of outstanding voices addressing the aftermath of the 2020 election from every conceivable angle. Superior work.
Our next category is editorial or opinion, single editorial or opinion piece, all media. The honorable mention goes to the Christian Index, We the People, by Orr L. Sprague Jr. The Award of Merit goes to G's Magazine, Do I Believe in Resurrection? By Lydia Wiley Kellerman, editor. And the Award of Excellence goes to Plow Publishing House, Made Perfect, by Peter Momsen. Judges say, strong, clean writing, very well researched and argued, but emotionally resonant as well. This topic could have been treated as solely a theological, ideological argument. It also could have been just a personal story or reflection, but masterfully, the writer created a moving, people-centered argument with strong theological and ideological support. A powerful combination.
Our next category is the James Solheim Award for Editorial Courage. Honorable mention goes to The Baptist Peacemaker, Reimagining What's Possible by Alison Paxoy. Award of Merit to Word and Way, Time for Al Mohler to Resign by Brian Kaler. And the Award of Excellence goes to The Christian Recorder, The Fire This Time, AME Sexual Politics by Jennifer S. Leith. Judges' comments: the closing sentiment that calls for dialogue on sexuality are about delaying difficult decisions brings home the symptoms of such actions referenced early in the piece, wherein candidates in the virtual bishops' candidate forum played it safe when addressing the church's handling of issues surrounding LGBTQ plus siblings. Righteously written and well delivered with a clear and strong statement.
Our next category is theme, issue, section, or series in a newspaper or newsletter. One honorable mention goes to Global Sisters Report, Earthbeat, Estate Plan for the Earth by Chris Herlinger. Another honorable mention goes to The Dig, Desacralized, Parts 1 and 2, by Claire Sadar and Alyssa Maldonado Estrada. The Award of Merit goes to Breaking Barriers, RCA CRC Disability Concerns. Breaking Barriers, Speech Differences, by Terry DeYoung and Mark Stevenson, co-editors. And the Award of Excellence goes to Religion Unplugged, Covering the January 6th Capitol Riot and Aftermath, by Hamill Harris and Kimberly Winston. The judges said, critical consideration of the intersections between theology and a seminal event in U.S. history.
Our next category: theme, issue, section, or series in a news service, website, blog, or social media. Honorable mention goes to Religion News Service, coverage of Christian nationalism and the fallout of the Capitol attack by Cenk Jenkins and Yonat Shimron. Award of Merit goes to Unbound, an interactive journal on Christian social justice. Disabling Lent, an anti-ableist Lenten devotional by the writers of Disabling Lent. And the Award of Excellence goes to Global Sisters Report, A Just Transition by Chris Herlinger, Dan Stockman, Doreen Ajiambo. Judges comment, I'm really in awe of the scope of this work and appreciate the international scope of these articles and the holistic perspectives of the issue. This was well reported and very readable as well.
For theme, issue, section, or series in a magazine or journal, the honorable mention goes to Presbyterian Outlook, Supporting Our Soldiers, by Presbyterian Outlook staff and contributors. The Award of Merit goes to G's Magazine, G's 62, Dismantling White Theology, by G's staff. And the Award of Excellence goes to Reflections Journal of Yale Divinity School, Fall 2021 issue, Divine Access, Disability and Belonging, by Ray Waddle, editor. Our judges said, wow, marvelous package of articles and artwork, each one exceptional. I particularly liked Bill Gaventa's, a model of how to approach an important theme. This clearly was a labor of love for all involved. A brilliant issue.
Next category, interview, short format, 1,200 words or less. Honorable mention goes to Embrace Magazine, Angel of Mercy by Reverend Catherine Dearlove. Award of Merit to Broadview, We Can't Just Look Inwards, Lynn Watson by Sherwood Hines. And Award of Excellence to Global Sisters Report, Q&A with Sister Liz Engel, Placing Children in Adoptive Families Rather Than Foster Care by Sole Salgado. Judges comment, this interview makes a powerful case for adoption over foster care. It begs for a follow-up piece on the struggles and joys of parents who have adopted hard-to-place kids.
For interview long format, the honorable mention goes to Hunger News and Hope. World Hunger Relief Training Farm gets back to work. An interview with director Jonathan Grant by Katie Cook. The award of merit goes to Faith and Leadership. Francis Collins, Science is a Glimpse of God's Mind by Alita Payne. And the award of excellence goes to Christian History Magazine, Jack Took Care of Me by Marjorie Lamp Mead and Douglas Gresham. Our judges said, wonderful look at how C.S. Lewis was transformed by Joy Gresham and her sons. Well researched, blending the interview with Gresham and writings by Lewis and his brother. Personal and inviting, an interesting read built on resourceful journalism. Well done.
Next category is Biographical Profile. Honorable mention here goes to Broadview, Death of a Rising Star by Ashley Akwosa. Award of Merit goes to The Covenant Companion, The Fabric of Imago Dei by Lynn Black. And the Award of Excellence to NAD News Points, Breaking Bread, Serving God, Building Community by Kimberly Lust Moran.
For personal experience short format, one honorable mention goes to The Christian Century for Freely Lent by Margaret Kearney. Another honorable mention goes to G's Magazine, The Dance with Our DNA by Naomi Ortiz. The award of merit goes to G's Magazine for When Justice is Illegal, A Letter to My Nephew by Josiah Daniels. And the award of excellence goes to The Christian Century for In the Deputy's House by E. Carson Brisson. Our judges said, powerful essay on despair and hope, made even stronger by not relating the eventual meeting with the incarcerated young man. The mood of anticipation was built by the background of steel and gray, the discomfort of the author, and by the stern eyes and eventual deep empathy of the deputy. Well done.
Our next category is Personal Experience Long Format. We have 3 honorable mentions. The first to Presbyterian Outlook, Navigating Neurodiversity by Shannon Bevins. Next honorable mention to Concordia Seminary Magazine, Bringing Light and Life into a Dark World by Philip Worth Penhaligon, writer, and Melanie Ave, Vicki Biggs, editors. And honorable mention number 3 to Gather Magazine, Always a Child of God, a Conversation Between a Mom and a Pastor by Jane Schuchart and Meredith Lovell Kessley, authors, Elizabeth Hunter, editor, Sarah Carson, managing editor. The award of merit goes to Reflections Journal, Yale Divinity School, Finding Healing in My Disability by Kyle Stevenson. And the award of excellence to Sojourners, What God Has Joined Together When Family Values Clash with the Book of Discipline by Lydia Wiley Kellerman and Bill Wiley Kellerman. And the judges comment, really incredible account that speaks to the meaning of accepting all of God's children.
For column, the honorable mention goes to Sojourners, The Hungry Spirit by Rosemarie Berger. The award of merit goes to Religion News Service for Amanda Gorman, My Grandma and the Black Tears We Cried by Dante Stewart. And the award of excellence goes to The Messenger of the Church of the Brethren from the publisher by Wendy McFadden.
Our next category is Department. And I believe this is a new category also, if I'm not mistaken. Honorable mention goes to U.S. Catholic Magazine, Eye of the Beholder, May, October, and November 2021, U.S. Catholic, by Father Jerry Bleem. Award of Merit to G's Magazine for Northern Turtle Island by Celine Chuang and Benjamin Hertwig. And the Award of Excellence to the Covenant Companion, Arts and Culture by the Companion Team. The judges' comments. The department consists of movie reviews, book reviews, and other cultural critique essays from a variety of perspectives. I found it to be well edited and engaging, both in writing style and in choice of material covered.
For critical review, the honorable mention goes to Baptist Peacemaker, Daughters of Rizpah, Working Through Trauma by David M. Witherspoon. The award of merit goes to Sojo.net, Snorting Nutmeg at a Vacation Bible School with Lucy Dacus by Jenna Barnett. Award of excellence goes to Broadview, An Impossible Love by Josiah Neufeld. Judges say, wow. An interview with someone who failed about why she failed and what she learned. Very unusual interviewee. Bold.
Our next category is Letters to the Editor. Honorable mention goes to the Covenant Companion, Reader's Right by the Companion Team. Award of Merit goes to Anabaptist World, Letters and Comments, Paul Schrag, editor. And the Award of Excellence to Broadview, Letters in Response to Black Jesus by David Wilson. Judges say, Black Jesus elicited response from an engaged readership, some bolstering their respective stances with diverse sources. Second Commandment, Isaiah 53, two anthropologists, a geneticist, a nod to the design team for visually appealing and reader-friendly layout to draw others' attention to the page.
For poetry, our honorable mention goes to Adventist Review Media, To a Lover of Lilies by Bill Knott. The award of merit goes to Canadian Adventist Messenger, A Lament for the Known but Unnamed by Dr. Campbell Page. And the award of excellence goes to Broadview, When the Whispers Began by Vivian Ketchum. Judges say, When the Whispers Began introduces readers to evocative and haunting childhood.
Next category is service journalism. Honorable mention goes to the Journal of Adventist Education for the French Wars of Religion and the Problem of Teaching Confessionally Partisan History by D.J.B. Trim. Award of Merit to Ministry Magazine, Changing Your Spiritual Device, The Power of Biblical Journaling by David Hartman. And the Award of Excellence to Sojo.net for Here's How Your Church Can Help Survivors of Domestic Violence by Mary Claire Besh. Judges comment, this was an immediately relevant, practical, and easy entry into an issue that everyone needs to be educated in. I appreciated that this article is well organized, had practical action items, and was concise, which made it more accessible.
For professional resource, the honorable mention goes to Faith and Leadership, Falling in Love Again with a Congregation by Kelly Ryan, writer, Alita Payne, editor. The award of merit goes to Reflections Journal of Yale Divinity, Minding the Church's Door by Nancy Taylor. And the award of excellence goes to The Covenant Companion, Taking a Stand in the Pulpit by Casey Barton. Our judges said, superb essay, bold, passionate, well-written, well-reasoned, exactly the kind of resource that we should be celebrating. Specific events, incidents, biblical support, clear-eyed examination of the consequences of following God's call.
Our next category is humor written. Honorable mention goes Messenger, Church of the Brethren, Brethren Mascots by Walt Wilczek and designed by Walt Wilczek designer and Paul Stocksdale. A Word of Merit to the Covenant Companion, Hibernating with Shakespeare by Dana Bowman. And a Word of Excellence to Sojourners, Where Has the Time Gone by Ed Spivey Jr. The judges comment, I'm going to miss the since retired Ed Spivey and his stapler, a great finale.
For scholarly article, the honorable mention goes to Ministry Magazine, Imprecatory Psalms, Confrontation and Comfort by Tina Frist Smith. The award of merit goes to the Journal of Adventist Education, The French Wars of Religion and the Problem of Teaching Confessionally Partisan History by D.J.B. Trim. And the award of excellence goes to Cumberland Presbyterian Magazine, Reverend Edmund Weir by Reverend Dr. Lyndon Thomas.
Our next category, biblical interpretation or lectionary reflection. Honorable mention goes to Gather Magazine, Weightlifting and the Mustard Seed by Cheryl M. Peterson, author, Elizabeth Hunter, editor, Sarah Carson, managing editor. A Word of Merit to Prayer and Politics, Easter's Fertile Promise, Composting as a Parable of Faith Formation by Ken Sehested. And the Award of Excellence goes to G's Magazine for The Women Who Remember by Kelly Nikondaha.
For biblical interpretation or lectionary reflection long format, the honorable mention goes to Sojourners, Meeting God Beyond the Binary by Joy Layden. The award of merit goes to Prayer and Politics, Ascension Deficit Disorder, a meditation on the Feast of the Ascension by Ken Sehested. And the award of excellence goes to Gather Magazine, Our Vocation, It's About Learning to Sing by Mai-Hee Kim Court, author, Elizabeth Hunter, editor, Sarah Carson, managing editor. This is a matter of being outstanding.
In the category of theological reflection, honorable mention goes to G's Magazine for Building a Tomb, Dispatch from a Compost Chaplain by Justin Isinga. Award of Merit to Broadview for Poetry Amid the Plague by Anthony Oliveira. And the Award of Excellence to the Christian Century, What Will We Be by Brian Bantam. Judges comment, a timely, thoughtful, and theological reflection on life, incarnation, resurrection, and human meaning.
For theological reflection long format, the honorable mention goes to Presbyterian Outlook, Killing by Dan Ott. The award of merit goes to G's Magazine, We Need the Funk by Lenice Pinkard and Nicola Torbett. The award of excellence goes to Broadview, Black Jesus Matters by J. Nyla Avery, Joylene Mayenzenise, and Lydia Smith.
Next category, Devotional Inspirational short format. Honorable mention goes to Breaking Barriers, RCA, CRC, Disability Concerns for Restored Through My Eyes by Karma Schmidt. Award of Merit to the Lake Union Herald, for She Didn't Believe, but God Heard Her Cry, by Heather Thompson Day. An award of excellence to Presbyterian Outlook, Poetry and the Spiritual Life, by Terry McDowell Ott. Judges comment, fine essay on how to and how not to use poetry from the pulpit. I find this surprisingly apropos and will return to this essay often.
For devotional or inspirational long format, the first honorable mention goes to Presbyterian Church USA, The Role of Ritual in Pandemic Recovery, by Tracy Mayer-Muska. Honorable mention number 2 goes to Sojourners, Through the Fire, by Dante Stewart. I'm sorry, that was the second honorable mention. The award of merit goes to Broadview, Friends in Holy Places, by Anne Theriot, Andrew Faiz, Francesca Equiasi, and Justin Hausman-Kopp. And the award of excellence goes to Reflections Journal of Yale Divinity School, Can We Answer Them When They Cry to Us, by Tim Ahrens. Judges say, a raw, honest, thoughtful, and theological reflection of ministry with teens and those who choose not to go through with confirmation.
For the category Bible Resource, honorable mention goes to Gather magazine, Journeys with Angels, by Krista von Sicklen, author, Elizabeth Hunter, editor, Sarah Carson, managing editor. Award of merit to Unbound, an interactive journal on Christian social justice. Disabling Lent, an anti-ableist Lenten devotional, by the writers of Disabling Lent. The award of excellence goes to Gather magazine, For the Gift of the Holy Spirit, a Divine Wild Goose Chase, by Sarah Olson Smith, author, Elizabeth Hunter, editor, Sarah Carson, managing editor. Judges said, a thoughtful and informative exploration of the Holy Spirit with a Celtic influence, with resources provided for congregational study.
For seasonal article, the honorable mention goes to G's magazine, The Mixing of Bones and the Resurrection of the Many, by Stephen Charleston. The award of merit goes to Prayer and Politics, Dissonant Memories and Conflicting Mandates, a meditation on the U.S. Memorial Day, by Ken Sehested. And the award of excellence goes to U.S. Catholic magazine, Soundtrack of the Season, by Damian Costello. Judges say, A Charlie Brown Christmas is a staple of holiday TV viewing in North America. This article tells the backstory of Vince Guaraldi, who composed the musical score based on a jazz mass he composed that was performed at San Francisco's Grace Cathedral. Every year, says the author, the Peanuts Mass floats into our homes and public spaces like a breeze off of the bay.
In the category of books, nonfiction, honorable mention goes to Concordia Seminary for The Beautiful Image and the Aesthetics of Preaching, by Dean Nastadi. Award of merit to Penguin Random House for Good Enough, 40-ish devotionals for a life of imperfection, by Kate Bowler and Jessica Ritchie. And the award of excellence goes to Plow Publishing House for Pillars, How Muslim Friends Led Me Closer to Jesus, by Rachel P.A. Jones. Judges comment, an award of excellence is the only award this book could possibly receive. All the books in this category were good, but this one is exceptional. It has the rare combination of honesty, drama, spiritual tension, and self-discovery. Read this book and be prepared to be lost in the narrative of an authentic spiritual journey.
We now transition to our visual categories, the first of which is magazine cover, visual and audio. The honorable mention for magazine cover goes to Ministry Magazine, In Vain, by 316 Creative. The award of merit goes to Gather Magazine, The Journey of Generations, by Cody F. Miller, illustrator, Elizabeth Hunter, editor, Sarah Carson, managing editor. And the award of excellence goes to G62, Dismantling White Theology, by Lucia Wiley-Eggert, art director. Judges say, disturbing image of the white Jesus picture being rethought with the organic addition of other ways of thinking. Excellent concept and carried out well, thought-provoking, maybe a little disturbing, in a very clear message.
Okay, for newspaper front page, award merit goes to the Baptist paper for its June 10th cover by Lauren Grimm. The award of excellence to the Alabama Baptist for its November 4th cover by Lauren Grimm.
For magazine or journal design, spread, or story, the first honorable mention goes to Embrace Magazine, Crisis Chronicled, by M. Agency and John Sotomayor. The second honorable mention goes to Lake Union Herald, Quick to Listen, by Robert Mason. The award of merit goes to Concordia Seminary Magazine, Meet Concordia Seminary's 11th president, Dr. Thomas J. Egger, by Courtney Cole, designer, Dana Rawlings, art director. And the award of excellence goes to In Trust Magazine, What Your CFO Wants You to Know, by Carla Frank. Our judges said, this is a brilliant work of seduction, masquerading as a playful feature story while providing solid guideposts to tapping the knowledge and insights of a CFO. Amid the cartoons and white space, the article is an idealistic yet practical guide to integrating the numbers person into the general workings of a theological community. Well done on all counts.
In the category Magazine Journal Design entire issue, honorable mention to Broadview for its December issue by Carol Moscott. Award of merit to G's Magazine for G's 60 Signs of Dawn by Lucia Wiley-Eggert, art director, Lydia Wiley-Kellerman, editor, and Kateri Boucher, associate editor. And the award of excellence to the Canadian Adventist Messenger for its September issue by Amy Perez, graphic designer.
For newspaper, newsletter design, spread, or story, the honorable mention goes to the Baptist paper, Applying the Gospel, by Lauren Grimm. The award of merit also goes to the Baptist paper, Meaningful Experience, by Lauren Grimm. And finally, the award of excellence goes to the Baptist paper, Set Free in Christ, by Lauren Grimm. Judges say, despite the other excellent samples from the Baptist paper, this piece clearly wins the award of excellence.
In the category newspaper, newsletter design, entire issue, honorable mention goes to NAD News Points. NAD News Points weekly newsletter, e-newsletter, January 27, by Kimberly Les Moran and Georgia Domsteg. Award of merit to the Alabama Baptist, November 11, 2021, by Lauren Grimm and the Alabama Baptist staff. The award of excellence to the Baptist paper for its November 25, 2021 issue by Lauren Grimm and other staff. The judges says, abundant color, including photos and spot color, flexible text width, 3 or 4 columns depending on content, ample subheads, quote boxes, and thumbnail photos to break up the text. For its airier feel and its many large photos, the Baptist paper well deserves the award of excellence.
For illustration with article or cut line, the honorable mention goes to Catholic Review, On the Road with Joseph, by Sarah Travlos. The award of merit goes to Broadview, Kids in Crisis, by Cornelia Lee. And the award of excellence goes to Canadian Adventist Messenger, Creation Corner for Kids, by Amy Perez, graphic designer. Our judges said, very engaging and attractive.
For the category Publication Website, honorable mention to U.S. Catholic Magazine, uscatholic.org by U.S. Catholic editors. Award of Merit to Broadview at broadview.org by Strategic Content Labs, Emma Presswich, Brian Vintien Trin, Chloe Tejada, and Christy Wordstra. And the Award of Excellence to the Lake Union Herald, lakeunionherald.org by Felicia Tonga. Judges comment, the Lake Union Herald was first published in 1908, but has kept up with changing trends. The publication's website is easy to follow and comprehensive. The visual design is stunning. Breathtaking photos are used for section banners and within the stories. Content is informative, easy to read, and concise.
For website redesign, the Award of Excellence goes to Faith and Leadership, faithandleadership.com by Sally Hicks. Our judges said, this is an excellent redesign of a website. Your goals have been met and exceeded. The design is clean and modern, the navigation is intuitive and easy to use, and the storytelling is outstanding.
For the category Single Photo with Article or Cut Line, honorable mention to Mary Noel Magazine, The Resilience of Honduran Hurricane Survivor Maria Calea by Greg Brecky. Award of Merit to the Covenant Companion, Are Young People Done with the Church by Uger Tanner, photographer, Christy Shield, designer. Award of Excellence, The Christian Chronicle, Foreign Operations, Healthcare in Honduras by Audrey Jackson. Judges comment, excellent and unique usage of reflection to communicate emotion.
For photo, spread, or essay, printed media, the honorable mention goes to G's Magazine, Black and Native Hands Light the Fire, Guided Through the Detroit Sugar Bush by Antonio Cosme, by Daniel Wiley Eggert, photographer, Lucia Wiley Eggert, art director. The Award of Merit goes to Concordia Seminary Magazine, First Look, by Courtney Cole, photographer, Jana Rawlings, art director. And the Award of Excellence goes to Catholic Review, Smiles Are Back, by Kevin J. Parks. The judges said, inspirational and uplifting.
For photo, spread, or essay, honorable mention goes to Word and Way for Relying for Justice by Brian Kaler. Award of Merit to the Christian Chronicle, Compassion at Capacity, an accompanying column by Audrey Jackson. Award of Excellence goes to Word and Way for Smoke and Fire by Brian Kaler. Judges comment, strong, purposeful visual statement.
For video, news story, or current event, the Award of Merit goes to the PCUSA Office of the General Assembly, 100th Anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre by Randy Hobson. And the Award of Excellence goes to NAD News Points, Adventist Community Services Provides Shelter in Louisiana, by Pieter Damsticht, video producer, and Kimberly Lust Moran, writer. Judges say, strong interview is supported by complementary B-roll and images. Story is cohesive, has a definite timeline, and fits the accompanying text.
For the category Video, Documentary Short, Award of Merit to NAD News Points for Breaking Bread, Serving God, Building Community by Kimberly Lust Moran, director-writer, Pieter Darmstad, video producer, and Tyce Schneider, editor. Award of Excellence to ELCA Living Lutheran. The Impact of Davy and Goliath by Will Nunnally, Brett Nelson, and John Potter. Judges comment, well-scripted and executed story on the history of this children's show. Relevant topics, inclusion, racism, to the current content show the work of this church body has historically done.
For video that is educational, informative, or advocacy, the honorable mention goes to Catholic Review, The Poetry of Edgar Allan Poe, by Catherine Sabrizi. The award of merit goes to the PCUSA Office of the General Assembly, Pandemic Stress, by OGA Communications. And the award of excellence goes to the Presbyterian Church USA, Facing the Unpretty Things About Our Country's History, by Paul Seebeck. The judges say, great telling of the contemporary themes of racial division and reconciliation through the lens of these two churches seeking dialogue and understanding in their shared and fractured history. Good sound production, interview quality, and variety of video perspectives.
In the category of video, editorial, PR, and marketing, honorable mention goes to G's Magazine, The Power of Print Storytelling, by Three Lions Creative and G's staff. Award of merit to ALCA, We're Chicken Women, by Will Nunnally and Brett Nelson. And the award of excellence to ELCA for Hello, Humble Walk, by Brett Nelson. Judges comment, good production value and tells a compelling story that offers an example and inspiration to others seeking similar support from the institution.
For a video series, the honorable mention goes to the Episcopal Diocese of Rochester, Encouragement Through the Pandemic, by Stephen Richards. The award of merit goes to Gather Magazine, Journeys with Angels, series of 4 Bible study videos, by Krista von Zeiklin, Bible study author and presenter, Elizabeth Hunter, editor, and Sarah Carson, managing editor. The award of excellence goes to Unbound, an interactive journal on Christian social justice, Just Talk Live, a faith and justice talk show, by Destiny Hodges and Lee Cato. Judges say, great use of streaming platform to bring interview subjects and presenters together. Overall quality is good, given the limited configurability of streaming software, not to mention computer-based cameras and microphones.
For the category podcasts or audio series, honorable mention goes to Unbound and the Presbyterian Peacemaking Program. For Matter of Faith, a Presby podcast, by Simon Doong and Lee Cato. Award of merit to the Alabama Baptist for stories, The Eagles, by Grace Thornton and Hannah Munoz. The award of excellence to Everything Happens Initiative for Everything Happens podcast, by Kate Bowler. Judges comment, very good production quality, consistency, and topical discussions. Presenter is emphatic and warm without being saccharine, especially when discussing topics of loss.
For integrated communications, the honorable mention goes to boldcafe.org of Women of the ELCA, Bold Cafe Monthly Dinner via Zoom, by Elizabeth McBride. The award of merit goes to Concordia Seminary, St. Louis, Your Word in the Lamp to My Feet, 2021 to 2022, New Academic Year Branding, by Vicki Biggs, CCO, Julia Stagenborg, Jana Rawlings, Creative, Chris Miller, Web Video, Melanie Ave, Rebecca Lucas, Communications. And the award of excellence goes to Concordia Seminary, St. Louis. Theological Symposium, Whatever is Lovely, by Vicki Biggs, CCO, Courtney Cole, Creative, Chris Miller, Web, Sarah Maney, Melanie Ave, Communications. Judges say, eye-catching, beautifully designed and executed materials reflect the symposium's theme. This package of integrated communications is helpful and informative, as well as pleasing to the eye, and I imagine generated a lot of enthusiasm for the conference.
Okay, we're moving into marketing and public relations. And this category is the annual report. Honorable mention goes to Christian Reformed Church in North America for its 2021 ministry report by Kristen Vandenberg, Communications Director. Award of Merit goes to Ursuline Sisters Louisville, Change, Challenge, Creativity by Kathy Williams. Award of Excellence to Metropolitan New York Synod of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, 2021 MNYS Digital Assembly by MNYS Communications Team. Judges say, outstanding. The presentation, design, layout, and writing are all top-notch, especially the reports on the church's response to the pandemic and other urgent issues. Readable, accessible, does not overwhelm, but rather engages the reader.
For social media, single posting, the Award of Merit goes to G's Magazine, I Pledge Allegiance, by Lydia Wiley Kellerman, editor, Michelle Both, media coordinator. And the Award of Excellence goes to TCR Breaking News. Reverend Rotona Stokes Robinson preaches first sermon in St. James AME Church, Thoroughfare, New Jersey, by Regina Jackson. Judges say, excellent reporting on a crisis moment for the church, reported with sensitivity and clarity.
For the category Awareness and Advocacy Campaign, just one Award of Excellence to the Ursuline Sisters Louisville, God is on Our Side campaign by Kathy Williams. Judges comment, courageous and compassionate Facebook post goes viral and builds more support for the cause of love and acceptance. Very inspiring. Well done.
For event promotion, marketing campaign, brand awareness, the Award of Merit goes to Concordia Seminary, St. Louis. Giving Tuesday 2021 by Vicki Biggs, Julia Stagenborg, Beth Hasek, Chris Miller, Melanie Ave, Rebecca Lucas. And the Award of Excellence goes to Concordia Seminary, St. Louis, Give Green and Gold Day by Vicki Biggs, CCO, Julia Stagenborg, Creative, Chris Miller, Web, Sarah Maney, Melanie Ave, Communications, John Clifton, Video. Our judges said, excellent campaign with very effective use of photographs of the school community and of the school colors in a range of well-designed materials, spirit-building, invitational, and motivating, with helpful action items to spur support for the campaign.
We move now into overall excellence, best in class. We'll begin with best in class social media presence. Honorable mention goes to Catholic Review, Facebook presence by Catholic Review staff. Award of Merit to G's Magazine. G's Magazine has found their community by Michelle Both, media coordinator. The Award of Excellence to the Baptist Standard Facebook page by Victoria McCrary. Judges comment, the Baptist Standard's entry demonstrates a robust and thoughtful Facebook presence. The posts offer an energetic mix of timely news, culture, and commentary posts to engage their followers.
For Best in Class Video Production, the Award of Merit goes to Unbound, an interactive journal on Christian social justice, Unbound YouTube by Lee Cateau. For Best in Class Video Production goes to ELCA, Best of Video Entry by Will Nunnally, Brett Nelson, and Jocelyn Fuller. The judges say, good cross-section of ministries covered in various ways. Production quality is generally high, sound production is good, and topics are interesting.
For the category Best in Class Blog, honorable mention to Catholic Review, Best in Class Online Commentary by Rita Beatner. Award of Merit, The Network, CRC, RCA Disability Concerns by Mark Stevenson, Chantal Huinick, Ivan Mulder. Award of Excellence to Catholic Review Media, Open Window by Rita Beatner. Judges comment, well-written commentary on the challenges of living among racists and raising children not to be racist.
Best in Class for Independent Website. The honorable mention goes to The Baptist Standard by Eric Black, Ken Camp, Caleb Peltoma, and Victoria McCrary. The award of merit goes to Global Sisters Report by GSR staff and contributors. And the award of excellence goes to Unbound, an interactive journal on Christian social justice, The Intersections of Faith and Justice by Lee Cateau. Judges say, interesting stories, eye-catching presentation. This independent website has everything a website should have.
For Best in Class News Service, honorable mention to NAD News Points by Kimberly Lust Moran and Georgia Domsteg. Award of Merit to Religion Unplugged, a global online religion magazine by Megan Clark, Managing Editor. And Award of Excellence to Religion News Service, Best in Class Newswire by Paul O'Donnell. The judges comment, Religion News Service continues to be the gold standard for religious news reporting. The reporting is straightforward and, perhaps due to its independence from any denomination, is welcomingly devoid of most churchly jargon, acronyms, and inside baseball stories. Unquestionably the best of the entries in this category.
For Best in Class Newsletter, the honorable mention goes to the American Lutheran Publicity Bureau Forum Letter by Richard O. Johnson. The award of merit goes to Breaking Barriers, RCA CRC Disability Concerns by Terry DeYoung and Mark Stevenson, co-editors. And the award of excellence goes to Seeds of Hope Publishers, Hunger News and Hope by Katie Cook, editor. The judges said, I appreciate the diversity of people and topics covered in Hunger News. The articles were well written, engaging, informative, compassionate, and timely. The additional information at the end of the articles is a helpful way to push readers to engage.
For Best in Class Seminary Publication or Journal, honorable mention goes to Ministry Magazine for its March, April, and November 2021 issues by Ministry Magazine staff and contributors. Award of Merit to Concordia Seminary Magazine at Concordia Seminary, St. Louis by Vicki Briggs, Executive Editor, Melanie Avi, Managing Editor, Jana Rollins, Zhao Pei Chen, Beth Hasek, Art Directors, Courtney Cole, Designer. And the Award of Excellence to Reflections Journal from the Yale Divinity School for its Spring 2021 issue, Making Good, Can Faith Repair the World? And Fall 2021 issue, Divine Access, Disability, and Belonging by Ray Waddle, editor. Judges comment, an impressive variety of thoughtful articles with theological depth. I'm struck by the vast diversity of age of the writers, from alumni who graduated in the 1960s to those in school in the 2020s. Top shelf work as ever.
For Best in Class Denominational or Other Special Interest Magazine, the honorable mention goes to the Christian History Institute for Christian History Magazine by Jennifer Woodruff Tate. The award of merit goes to Messenger of Church of the Brethren by Wendy McFadden, Cheryl Brumbaugh-Kayford, Jan Fisher-Bachman, and Walt Wilczek, editors, Paul Stockdale, designer. And the award of excellence goes to In Trust Magazine, Matt Huffman, Vice President for Communications. The judges say, we enjoyed the creative layouts and use of color, crisp designs. The publication is carefully focused on a unique niche audience. It looks smart and polished.
For best in class newspaper, honorable mention goes to the Baptist paper by the Baptist paper staff. Award of merit to the Alabama Baptist by the Alabama Baptist staff. The award of excellence goes to the Christian Chronicle, an international newspaper for Churches of Christ by Eric Trigestad, Bobby Ross Jr., Tanya Patton, Linda Sheehan, Audrey Jackson, Melinda Wilson, Joy McMillan, Cheryl Mann Bacon, Hamill R. Harris, Shelley Eisen. Judge comment says, nice professional looking front pages with clear and powerful headlines. A clean traditional newspaper style layout with good and decent quality photos. I appreciated that the publication claimed to be an international paper and did in fact have meaningful news from churches around the world.
Best in class for national or international magazine. The honorable mention goes to Broadview by Jocelyn Bell, editor and publisher. The award of merit goes to Sojourners for Sojourners magazine by editors Jim Rice, Julie Poulter, Rosemarie Berger, Deshaun Mosley, Christina Colon, Sandy Villarreal, and art directors Candace Sanders and Ed Spivey Jr. And the award of excellence goes to The Christian Century by Christian Century staff. The judges say, gravitas, the Christian Century has it. Crisp, clean design reflects a quiet air of authority, yet has the audacity to surprise. Readers are active on the comments pages, lending their voices on issues religious, political, social. This is a product of research, reason, contemplation, of measured calls for action, not panic-fueled exactions. This is what professional journalism looks like.
Okay, we end this evening with a new category, Best Emerging Journalist. Honorable mention, Cassidy Klein, working for the publication Sojourners. Award of merit, K.C. Horde, working for Broadview. The award of excellence, Audrey Jackson, writing for the Christian Chronicle. Judges comment, Audrey offers a strong combination of reporting, photography, and editorial writing skills. These pieces demonstrate her sensitivity in stark settings. Take us out, Greg.
Well, with that, everyone, I'm happy to say that we are going to conclude our awards this evening, and really pleased with all the entries. I hope you are pleased with the presentation. We will be posting our awards list and the certificates for you to print if you'd like onto our webpage in the next few moments. There were 2 corrections that I found during the during the presentation, so I'll make those before I create the PDFs that we'll upload, or I'll re-upload them, I guess. And those will be ready for you to download. And hopefully see you next year in Chicago. It's TBD, of course. We would like to work it out that we meet in person in Chicago, and that's our goal, and we're working towards it. So thank you all.